Welcome to the Rise Up Voices from the Frontlines podcast, Relationship Edition, the show where we talk love, leadership, and loyalty, especially in high-stress lives. I'm your host, Krista Fee, practitioner, strategist, and your on-the-ground guide to reclaiming powerful relationships after trauma, betrayal, or burnout. Today's episode, we're diving deep into a battle zone most people are afraid to name. Throwaway love. Because if we're honest, many of us are walking around with hearts duct taped together, still bleeding from a culture that taught us to give up before we grow up. So let's break this down. The rise of disposable connection. In a swipe right society, we've been conditioned to believe that love is easy, fast, and when it stops being convenient, it's time to move on. From TikTok trends like situationships to viral breakup videos that get more views than wedding proposals, our collective nervous system is being trained to expect endings, not endurance. But here's the neuroscience behind that. Your brain is designed for attachment, not chaos. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released through touch, eye contact, and emotional connection. Every time you connect deeply with someone, especially in an intimate or vulnerable state, your brain wires toward safety in that person. That's not weakness, that's biology. When relationships become unstable, when they're marked by inconsistency, ghosting, or repeated abandonment, your nervous system registers it as a threat. Not just an emotional threat, but literally a primal threat. And here's what happens next. Your amygdala, your brain's alarm system, fires up, triggering the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Now you're not operating from love. You're operating from survival. Attachment isn't just a buzzword. Let's get really clear on something. Attachment theory isn't just psychobabble. It's tactical insight into how we form, maintain, and sabotage our relationships. Here's the breakdown with real-world behaviors to help you spot the signs. So what is secure attachment? It's when you feel safe, seen, and supported, and you trust others and yourself. Some behaviors that you'll see: open communication, even during conflict, healthy boundaries and emotional regulation, and a willingness to repair after rupture. This is the goal, but let's look at the others. Anxious attachment. You crave connection, but constantly fear being left behind. You might see obsessive overthinking about texts, tone, or timing, repeatedly asking for reassurance even after it's already been given, jealousy of your partner's time, space, or connections, and emotional escalations, crying, clinging, or creating conflict just to feel something. And the worst part, these behaviors usually push away the people that they're trying to pull towards, confirming the very fear that started it in the first place. Avoidant attachment. You crave connection, but the second it gets close, you back off. Behaviors you might recognize: pulling away when someone gets emotionally close, feeling smothered by intimacy even if you initiated it, shutting down during arguments or emotionally withdrawing, preferring independence over interdependence, ghosting, or using logic to avoid uncomfortable feelings. If you're always saying, "I don't do drama," but your partners describe you as distant or cold, you might be avoidant. Disorganized attachment. This one is the wild card. It's the result of trauma, neglect, or betrayal, where love and pain come from the same source. Some common behaviors: swinging between anxious pursuit and avoidant retreat, craving deep connection but sabotaging it when it shows up, testing your partner constantly to see if they'll abandon you, and explosive reactions followed by guilt and withdrawal. This is a person who is often struggling with trust, even when the other person hasn't betrayed it. This is the I hate you, don't leave me energy, and it is exhausting, but it's also healable. Why the culture profits off your pain. Let's talk real. Pop culture has monetized your mistrust. Every reality show, dating app, and algorithm is wired to keep you searching, not settling. Even the music we vibe to, think about it. Thank You Next, becoming an anthem. Irreplaceable told us you must not know about me. Now, don't get me wrong, boundaries are powerful. Self-respect is non-negotiable, but somewhere along the way, we swapped discernment for disposability. And what do we have now? A generation that confuses ghosting with grit. Couples who call it quits because it's not as fun anymore. People terrified to open up because vulnerability is now seen as weakness, not strength. Love is not a TikTok trend. It's a choice, a skill set, a spiritual discipline, and it's one we've forgotten how to practice. Real talk. What love actually takes. Here's the hard truth, and I say this as someone who works with trauma, betrayal, addiction, and crisis recovery every single day. Love is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be sacred, and sacred things, they require sacrifice. Not sacrifice of who you are, but a sacrifice of your ego, your avoidance, and your old survival scripts. That means having the hard conversations instead of shutting down. Repairing after conflict instead of resenting in silence. Learning your partner's love language even when it's not your default. And maybe most of all, owning your own emotional debris so you don't drop it all over someone else's heart. We don't need more soulmates. We need more soldiers who are willing to fight for love like it matters. From throwaway to transformation. So how do we stop throwing away what we haven't even tried to rebuild? Here's your tactical take home. Audit your attachment style. Get honest about your patterns. Are you avoiding closeness, clinging to the wrong people, or creating chaos because it's familiar? Heal before you hook up. You can't build a solid foundation on a cracked floor. Your healing is your responsibility. Don't hand it to someone else and call it love. Practice rupture and repair. Conflict isn't the enemy, avoidance is. Healthy couples don't avoid conflict. They learn to navigate it with honor. Reframe the narrative. Stop looking for perfect. Start looking for committed. Love isn't found, it's built. And if this hits something in you, good. It is time to rise up. This is your official call to stop throwing away love that could be sacred just because you're afraid of discomfort, depth, or discipline. If you want more tools, grab your spot in the RISEUP Relationship Reset community. Follow the RISEUP Voices from the Frontlines podcast for more episodes, and share this with someone who needs a wake-up call. DM me your biggest takeaway. I actually want to hear it. Until next time, I'm Krista Fee, and this was your Relationship Recon Mission. Stay bold, stay true, stay in the fight. Rise up, reset, reclaim, love.